What do you hear? What do you say? Welcome to the Fragrance Gangster's very first episode, where I'll be blogging my experience not only as a frag head, but also as an author of my upcoming novel, I Always Wanted to Smell Like a Gangster, Confessions of a Fragrance Addict, by TFrostick. That's me. Usually I'm writing horror or dark fantasy anthologies, so this coming book is a stark change from my usual Stygian storytelling. My journey as a scent chaser has only recently begun. I want to give a shout out to Kel's Smells, the man whom without I would not smell nearly as good. His influence has had deep consequences, not only for my fragrance obsession, but also my bank account. The truth is, back in 2024, I walked past the man and he smelled good as hell. After a quick recommendation to pick up Afnan 9 p.m., my maiden voyage into smelling good had begun. You can call me a late bloomer. I spent my whole life living with people who had sensitive noses. Can you believe it? For decades, I was taught one teeny spray was more than enough, but they were advising me due to their own biases. I still live with a sensitive nose, but I have been finding ways not to choke him out through trial and error. He hates the error part, but I digress. I got swept up in the Louis Vuitton fragrances, Afternoon Swim in particular. I found that I gravitated towards orangey and citrus fragrances as my preference. Something I should have seen coming, considering how many Dove Blood Orange dark chocolate bars I've purchased. So I ordered a 2 milliliter of Swim, and knew I had to have it as soon as I smelled it. I was warned about its longevity by dozens of sources, and of course, the price point at $350 is also a bit ridiculous, even for a man of my means. So I began the search for my favorite dupe of Afternoon Swim. It started with Jean Lo Azur by Maison Asrar, and hey, why not? Let's get the Pacific Chill dupe while we're at it. That was the beginning of a craze of wanting to smell everything, and the legend was born. In 1 month, I had purchased 30 fragrances, mostly cheap dupes from Lattafa, Armaf, and Afnan. I saw a review about Maison Asrar DXB, and my ears perked up. This was the one, I could tell, and I hadn't thrown hundreds of dollars away on Afternoon Swim clones trying to find the one I wanted. I got it for an inflated price on Amazon, because I was not a Joma shop or online discounter savvy yet. That's okay, because from the first spray, I was completely in love. And I'm not in love with it because it is a good Afternoon Swim dupe. I'm in love with it because I feel it has its own inspiration, its own personality, that it's different enough from Swim that it's a desirable fragrance to buy on its own. Let's take a look at the note comparisons. For Afternoon Swim, Fragrantica, that great website that we all like to visit, tells me that it has mandarin, Sicilian orange, bergamot, ambergris, and ginger. Now, the scent is linear and not too revealing, if you know what I mean. It doesn't come out with secrets later on. You get what you get. You get what you smell in the opening, and not for very long. The most common complaint about Afternoon Swim is that it doesn't stick around. After an hour, it steps out to get some milk and a lottery ticket, never to be smelled again until the next spray. Now we have Maison Asrar DXB, with top notes of orange, mandarin, and bergamot. It has a heart of grapefruit and ginger, and the base is lily of the valley and musk. There's a noticeable transition through the scent pyramid, but the orange and mandarin stick around in a major way. The biggest difference to me is the creamy dry down of the musk mingling with the lingering orange from the opening. It smells like an orange dreamsicle on dry down, or an orange Flintstones push-up, if you will, if you lived through the 80s. Although there is no vanilla note listed, nor may it officially be in there, the musk gives such a creamy and slightly sweet scent. It makes you believe you're smelling orange and vanilla, and that is fantastic. It's not a cloying sweetness, it's just enough to make it sweet and still allow it to be a summer scent. Although I'd love to have a bottle of Afternoon Swim, I don't believe I'll be acquiring one. DXB has become my stalwart companion this spring and summer, and is one clone in my collection I am always reaching for consistently, and at 15% of Afternoon Swim's cost. It has a nice bottle, The lid is heavy enough, and it looks great sitting on the shelf next to my Futures collection from Maison Asrar. They share the same kind of decorative lattice design around the edge of the bottle. It's visually pleasing and would make a great addition to any collection. It is one of my most worn scents in my wardrobe, and I have burned through damn near half a bottle in just under 2 months. We live in a time of some great fragrance content creators, all of whom have my respect, and many of whom I am subscribed to. As a new guy, who's fresh to this world, who only recently made his bones by breaking his first bottle, be careful snapping your lids down on your Maison Asrar Royal Collection. Trust me on this. I humbly offer my opinion on this excellent fragrance as being as close to a safe blind buy recommendation as I can give. If you like orange dreamsicles and are looking for a realistic orange and better projection duration than afternoon swim, this is the scent for you. Do I think Maison Asrar DXB is a good fragrance? Forget about it. Next time we'll be talking about my favorite niche fragrance, and it's the most gangster smelling scent my nose has ever picked up, and it's 85 to 90% a cologne that I picked up for $19. Thanks for joining me for my first episode. I'd be grateful if you liked the video and subscribed as well. We will continue to cover fragrances in this manner. I can only believe my video making will improve, and I ask for your patience as I pick up tips and tricks for creating better videos about fragrances for you to enjoy.